Welcome everyone to a Planet Zoo tour guide tutorial. Hope you all are having the most wonderful of wonderful days. My name is Leaf and I'll be your tour guide for today. So welcome. We are currently in here in Boggy Bottom Zoo. This is one of my favorite projects that I've ever done in Planet Zoo. Just really fun. But I decided, you know what, in light of the latest DLC, we should probably give this place a little bit of a facelift. So we're gonna do that right now in terms of setting up a tour through the park. Now, of course, tour guides can be started off by utilizing the tour point in facilities. These are going to be your bread and butter throughout here, and I've already put them throughout the zoo because I figured you wouldn't want to watch me go through all of that. So we're going to get started right away with the tour manager. And if I could just exit out of atmospheric conditions, we can start a new tour. And this one will be called Boggy Bottom Grand Tour. And of course, you can actually increase the ticket price as a way to create more revenue. So you can actually change out the colors too. So let's just say, for example, you want it to be blue. You can do that. So we can start selecting our tour points over here, and you need to start off with a starting point. Usually when it comes to realistic settings, you would have these in a much more greater area of the zoo. An area with a lot of space usually is where you would put it, and that's exactly what I chose over here. I usually like to keep these areas out of the way. And then we could get started with selecting the tour points. So I've already put these at like hot spots throughout the zoo, so we can actually start to go through and select them. So we have one at the dingoes, we actually have two at the dingoes, we have two at the platypus exhibit, so we have a couple right over there, we have one at the cassowaries, we have one a little bit up here at the koalas, another one over here, and again, you just need to click down on them, and that is really it. I have it go through the actual reptile walk throughout here as well, so that is actually very fun to have in here. And then I have you cut through the main part of the zoo, and then you end up at the proboscis monkeys. Then you come up here, over here to the actual hoofstock area, and I believe you should be able to click through objects and stuff. Okay, maybe you can't. You need to actually click on the actual object itself. You look at the little Barbarousas right over there. You look at the proboscis monkeys yet again because, hey, they're the star of the show over here. You come back over here, and then for the last tour point, you can actually select where your tour ends. So you could actually have that be the same one. Can you have it be the same one? No, you cannot. Okay, so keep in mind if you want it to end at the same place, you'll want to add another tour sign right over there. So we'll go back in here, open tour manager, and then we can select where the tour ends. It'll be right there. And then you have a 26 point, or rather, 17 point tour. So that is very interesting over here. So you could actually go through all of these. I know it says that it's misassigned, but it's actually, correctly assigned. You just can't see them too well from over here. So you can actually have these be intermissions. So you could actually come over here and have your kind of like tour guide stop for a little bit. You could kind of talk about what you have over there, yada, yada, yada. So if we go back over here to tour manager, we could actually go back to assign species. Then you could have that one be platypus. I'm not sure if there's a way to click the next one, so that is kind of bogey. But you can kind of go through this one. Talk point, platypus. You come over here, talk point. And this is something I believe you have to do for each little addition in here. You need to make sure that they are talking about the animals in question. Otherwise, they will just outright skip it, or they'll just not really give any education bonus when it comes to your animals. So, of course, this one is Cuvier's Dwarf Cayman. I miss this zoo so much. It was such a fun zoo. Spectacled Cayman, of course, came out with the Wetlands DLC. American Alligator in here. Then we skip all the way down here, back to our proboscis monkeys. It'd be super awesome just put, like, Siamings in there now. I feel like that'd be super fun. Again, this one over here is a little bit difficult because it's a multi-species area, but we'll just do Nile Lechwe right there. We have the Barbaroussa. Hopefully they're close enough, and they are. We have this one right over here, which can link back to proboscis monkey. I'm not sure if this one over here will actually link to proboscis monkey or not. Nope, so we could actually change that to intermission right there. And then over here, that is our tour end. So of course, that's how you make a full tour. I'm not sure where our actual keeper is for that. We need to actually assign these to a work zone. So I'm just actually going to go over here and do tour. And we could actually add a few of our educators to our tour route. So I will just add a few of these guys over here. Just about 4 will do it. And then I'm going to add those guys to our, if I could actually find where the staff thing is. Yeah, we'll actually add them to tour. I have no work zones in here. I just think that's kind of funny. But again, we can also do another tour back here as well. I kind of already set this up so that it would kind of be complete. But we'll start one over here. So this is just our Japan area. So Japanese pop area. I always thought that was super fun. So we're going to add one Japanese pop tour. And we can change that for 3. We'll change this one to red because I feel like that's always so synonymous with Japan. And then we can start to select our tour points. And we can select these all throughout here. We have 1, 2, 3. If I could select it. 4. And then we come back over here and select our tour end. And again, just the same thing as before. We can start to assign these to our animals. So that's going to be our crane. This one over here is going to be our macaque. We have this one over here that will be for the capybara. And we have this one over here that will be for the capybara. And that's going to be perfect right there. Again, you can add intermissions if you want people to kind of look at the scenery around here. That's not really so important to me right now, but educator will meet the guests over there, so we can just throw one right over there. And hopefully we can add that one to our tour. But hopefully we could start to actually see some guests going on a tour. I don't believe they're actually doing it. I don't know why they're getting stuck right over here. I'm not sure what they're actually looking at. That is very weird. But hopefully if we go down here and go down to our little, where are they? The educators. Yes, please. Wandering, 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 wandering. Yes, so it seems like they are just kind of going on their own path, especially down below. So that is quite a little silly of them. But hopefully we can actually see these guys in action. I'm actually going to pause the video right here and actually show them actually doing the tour since tutorial's really done. Okay, so very quickly before we actually do look at that, I just wanted to show off that there is a problem with this tour. And you can see that once your tour requirements are all settled over here, they all need to have that beautiful pink little check mark. So you just click on that little issue right there, and then you assign the animal to whatever. And hopefully once you go back in here in Tour Manager, you could see that it actually all settles very nice. And I'm just going to double check that for our Japan tour right back over here to make sure that everything is all set and done. Okay, awesome. So that all works right over there. So that is pretty good. So we'll wait back over here and wait for our tour to start. So if you did everything correctly, your educator should stand at the start of the tour and wait for their group to arrive. Unfortunately, I was not smart enough to kind of record what was happening on screen, but I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm kind of getting at. Of course, you could actually watch them carry the little sign throughout the zoo, just letting your guests know where to go. Very on brand with like European tours and stuff like that. Very happy to see this kind of feature come into play. But you can see that they all follow the same group, and it's super awesome. I'm very satisfied with how well this was, able to work in the game. Really happy with how much of a new dimension it will bring to all of your Planet Zoo zoos, all your parks, all your projects. And it really does go to show just how much the developers care about, making guests a little bit more worth it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys were able to, get something out of this little tutorial, I really do appreciate it. And be sure to let me know in the comments down below, either with a like, a comment, or even if you can consider subscribing. It really does go a long way to show just your support. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll end it right here as we look at our Japanese macaques and a little tour talking about how they use hot springs or whatever. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Goodbye now.